in the heart of Kolkata, and what better way of getting a pulse of the politics of not just the city of Kolkata, but what's happening in West Bengal. To join us and explain to us over a cup of tea, we have our guests joining us. We have with us Vikram Banerjee, advocate. Of course, he's an anti-corruption activist. Sarah Shah Halim leans towards the left, is a political analyst joining us. Saurabh Chandar is spokesperson of the TMC, and BJP spokesperson Charles Nandi is with us. Charles, let me start with you first. One big issue that will dominate this election.
Political appeasement, no industry, and neck-deep corruption.
That's going to be neck-deep corruption, political appeasement. Are these the issues?
No. According to me, the issues are SIR, a continuous attack on the Bengali identity, and the repeated Jumlabazi of the BJP.
Okay. Repeated Jumlabazi of the BJP. Is that going to be the issue according to you, sir?
Retaining the soul of Bengal, SIR, women's issues, and also safety and security, and also jobs and employment. Those are really the core issues.
Okay. What according to you is the big issue this time?
Big issue is the corruption, unemployment, SIR, lawlessness, and the women-related issue.
Okay. So this is just a preview of what you're going to see over the next half an hour or so in terms of our discussion. I'm going to request all our guests to join us and take this discussion forward. We're going to be reliving the history of Calcutta in a sense by traveling in a tram and also trying and understanding what are these issues, what is the journey that they're going to take as far as this entire election is concerned over the next half hour. All right, so we're going to continue this discussion inside this tram. It's, of course, a piece of Kolkata's history. And, of course, we're going to be seeing the sights and sounds of Kolkata as we debate the big issues here in town. But, Saurabh, let me start with you. 15 years that TMC has been in power. Now, you have been in the pole position, and perhaps you are in the pole position even now. But there are a lot of issues related to governance. And they raise issues of corruption, for instance. They are raising other issues where Mamata Banerjee has failed. And they are saying that, appeasement issues, etc., their allegations are there. How are you going to counter all that in this election where you've already seen an overwhelming 93% vote turnout?
You see, about the 95%, I have said earlier, and I'll repeat again, that we strongly feel that the high voter turnout that we see, and perhaps this is the highest since independence, this high voter turnout is going to benefit us for a number of reasons. But I want to address your question first, that there are a number of issues which have been raised by the opposition, the principal opposition parties. In a democracy, it is extremely important for a robust, strong opposition, and we encourage that. Criticism which is constructive is something which is desirable. We are not stupid people that will tell you that everything is perfect and hunky-dory in Bengal. We are not the BJP. So we believe that we have tried to do a lot, we have done a lot, but there is a lot that remains to be done. And of course, we'll address each issue.
Charles, I want Charles to respond to that. Do you agree with that contention? 15 years of Mamata Banerjee's government, what are the big issues according to you?
Number one is lack of industry. Number two is huge unemployment. Number three is neck-deep corruption. And number four, politics of appeasement.
Both of them, Mamata Banerjee.
Short rebuttal to this.
Yeah.
He says that it's the death knell. People have deleted Mamata Banerjee, just like they have deleted legitimate voters. They believe that people have deleted Mamata Banerjee. It is certainly not true. I assure you, you will be here on the 4th. Whether it is physically or virtually remains to be seen, but I'm sure you'll be here and we'll talk again.
Okay, one other important issue which you raise is that of corruption. We've seen Rahul Gandhi talking about corruption. We've seen the BJP also talking about corruption. How serious is this issue? And, we've seen corruption raised in past elections. Why do you believe it will become something on the basis of which voters will make up their mind?
Kindly see, if you see the judgments of the Supreme Court, 26,000 appointments have been cancelled. In West Bengal, this is the highest number of appointments have been cancelled. Not only the Supreme Court has given an order that the tainted candidates should refund their entire salary. And today, if you see in Bengal, there is huge unemployment in the sector. 6 lakhs posts are vacant. No appointment is been made. Jobs have been sold in the state of West Bengal. The rate is 10 lakh, 15 lakh, 20 lakh, 25 lakh. This is the rate. And I completely differ with him on one point. There is no rule of law. Only ruler's law. Why I say? Suppose there are non-political organizations like Shangrami Jauto Moncho, if they want permission to do any rally or any other program against the government, no permission from 2011 till 2026 have been given. And I would also specify, none of the political parties has got any permission from the government unless the High Court or the Supreme Court intervene to conduct a rally or a procession or whatever be it against the TMC government.
Yeah,
So
well,
this is the situation
yeah.
in the state of West Bengal.
Okay. Yeah.
To add,
Yeah.
our LOP, leader of opposition, he had to go to High Court more than 100 times to seek permission from his head.
Yeah. So that's
immunity.
and let's say,
One
yeah.
more thing. Recently, Supreme Court Chief Justice said specifically there is a complete breakdown of law and order in West Bengal.
Right. Respond to all of that because it's highly unusual for a LOP
And
in any
moreover,
state
the Chief
to go for
Minister-
permissions like this.
So one thing I would also specify, Chief Minister going inside the ED raid, that IPAC office, and snatching away documents. And one more thing which needs to be addressed is that the ED officers were quiet. They couldn't do anything.
Okay. We'll come one by one. So the charge, yeah.
His point,
Yeah.
Supreme Court 2 days ago said that entire democracy is at stake because of 66.
Saurabh, respond.
The Chief Minister.
Okay.
also.
Saurabh, respond.
2-point response. First, I agree to disagree. That is one. Second, insofar as the LOP, he's talking about the LOP. LOP also went to the High Court to seek immunity from the multiple criminal cases against him. They will say that these are politically motivated cases. We will say otherwise. But that is going to be subject to the intervention of the
Is that why
courts
you've been
concerned.
denying him permission?
Sorry?
Is that the reason you have denied him permission?
No,
for the
certainly not.
various yatras?
Certainly not.
Not even the
Certainly
political
not.
parties, others.
Certainly
the
not.
Sangrami Jauto Moncho, the coordination committee, the persons fighting for the dearness allowance.
Right.
In this Tram company, the servants,
It's high-handedness. It's a government high-handedness.
they
you're
are
saying.
working. They are getting less salary all India level.
So
The second-
government high-handedness.
In this Tram,
The second aspect, the second aspect which I want to really address is the one where Supreme Court observations or the High Court observations are being pulled in. I have a fellow lawyer with me. We may disagree on a number of things, but he will also agree that in the course of a hearing, certain observations are made. And when the final verdict comes out, we often see that the observations and the final verdict are two different things. So observations, making it political, is something which is gross injustice.
No, but that happens when it benefits you. Your party also does it.
No.
Every political party does it.
observations in the SSC matter, if you see, the Supreme Court has categorically said that the corruption was tried to cover up, the government has tried to cover up the corruption in each stage by virtue of which 26,000 appointment got. So there are observations in the final judgment. Even in the DA matter, even this Tram company staffs, I was talking with them just now, they are deprived of their salary. The Supreme Court said that you cannot. The government is doing since 2011, after 2009 revision of pay and allowance, the government is doing the same thing till 2026.
Let me bring in Sarah Shahilim. Sarah Shahilim, on a lot of issues, whether it is corruption, whether it is a polarizing issues, what do you think is dominating this election? Because clearly there are emotive, there are polarizing issues which are also at play over here.
See, people right now feel, a lot of people feel that TMC is the lesser evil and BJP is the main culprit who is here to destroy the social fabric of West Bengal. I have a very different take on it. I feel, when will people of Bengal do away with corruption, syndicate Raj of Trinamool Congress, and the communal politics of BJP? We don't want West Bengal to go the northern way, where religion rules the roost and where it becomes public policy. We don't want religion to become public policy. Here, we are fighting on core people's issues, and that is a mandate the people of West Bengal need and aspire for. We need jobs. We need safer cities for women. We need employment. We need people in the unorganized sector to get their rights, because there's a huge unorganized sector, which is the gig workers. Nobody's talking about gig workers. Look at the unprecedented levels of pollution. However, no one is talking about the alarming rise of pollution. You look at the air in Delhi, look at the air index, and Calcutta is not far as well. And here at the same time, this Gunda Raj, this syndicate, has to be stopped in its track. However secular you might pretend to be, the inborn issue is of corruption. And I feel it's time that people of Bengal need to weed out a very corrupt Trinamool Congress that is governing our state, and a very communal BJP that is slowly making inroads.
So what's the third option? Left.
So third
Left
option,
is nowhere in...
option is left, because I tell you what, Madhavan, whenever any party is in power for far too long, 30, 35 years, it does face an anti-incumbency. People feel, let's give Mamata a chance, let's give Didi a chance and see what she can do for the state. So my question is, where are the industries?
Yeah. What
Where
have
are
you
the
done?
jobs?
What have you done in 3 years, 3 terms? And clearly the fact that she is again raising issues of corruption, which she says has become all pervasive under your regime.
Some points which Saira ji has raised is something which I agree with. I feel that there are certain things in this election, in this electoral narrative, which is not getting highlighted. One is environment. I strongly, personally believe that we should be talking about these issues instead of getting into the day-to-day rhetoric of Hindu and Muslim.
But what have you done on that issue?
I'll tell you something. Insofar as the environmental measures are concerned, the Prime Minister yesterday was on a boat ride on the Hooghly River, right? And compared that Hooghly with the Yamuna of Delhi under his watch. See, you will find industrial foam.
Is that the credit going to the TMC for that?
Of course, we have managed the river well.
How?
We have managed the
Was
river well.
it not like this earlier?
No, of course.
What have you done to change the course of the river?
This is why.
Not removing polluted or cleaning up a polluted Yamuna is different from how the situation of Ganga is.
I'll tell you something.
There is no comparison.
This is why I agree with Saira ji that these issues of environment, of industry, of employment, these issues should be the ones
Of course, on environment, let's go point by point. On environment, you agree with him. He says compare the Prime Minister's images here with the Yamuna. Is that an achievement of the TMC or is that a failure of the governments in Delhi?
I think pollution, if you talk about Pan India Index, we are at number 18 in Bengal. What the pollution is talking about? It is polluted city. Kolkata is a polluted city. You have to understand. And one more thing regarding unemployment. According to CMI, Center for Monitoring Indian Economy, they are saying there is unemployment 217% hike. Huge rise in unemployment. And the Kolkata is one city where Amitabh Bachchan, superstar, they used to come to Kolkata for job. Jennifer Kapoor, Shashi Kapoor, they used to come to Kolkata for their honeymoon. And today, because of Mamata Banerjee's government, 80 lakhs Bengali boys and girls, they left the city and went to other states for their job. Nearly, just a minute.
I have not said a word.
Nearly 6,334 listed and unlisted companies they left Bengal because of their loss. That is West Bengal right now. You have to talk about unemployment. You have to talk about pro-industry.
Yeah, respond to thousands of companies, lakhs of people walking out of the state. Respond.
I'll respond to this. Too rich of the BJP to talk about environment, about unemployment and all that. National average unemployment 4.5%. Bengal 3.4% roughly. That's that's their data, not ours. We have not manufactured it. He talks about migration, going out of Bengal, brain drain. That's what he talks about. There's no denying that we've been trying to correct the long legacy of the left. But yeah, we may not have succeeded to the levels that we wanted to. Having said that, the highest migration that you see are from two states, UP and Bihar. TMC is ruling UP and Bihar. What are we talking about?
You want to respond to that? It's a legacy of the left.
Imagine Mamata Banerjee being the chief minister. She talks about industry, matlab bomb industry, job industry, Hooghly industry.
Yeah, thank God he doesn't talk about Jhalmuli.
No.
Right?
Saurabh, see this migration that we're talking about, there are a lot of sectors here where you need the people from Bihar and UP, the taxi drivers, the shopkeepers, the unorganized sectors, are all hardworking people. And it is very much a constitutional right for anyone to migrate to any other city for want of better opportunities. So today, if you're going to make migration an issue, it's a non-issue. The point
I'm with you on this.
Yeah, the point is we need these people. And today, Calcutta is Calcutta because of the outsiders who contributed to the wealth, to
No,
the
nobody's
culture,
countering that.
to the
But
culture
what about
to the
industry here?
countries.
Because
so we
Sarah
need to
Sawhney-
bring everyone
No,
together.
it's simple. I think we're veering off from the core issue. When he is asked about why there is no industry, why companies are fleeing West Bengal, he says it's a legacy of the left.
No, I'm sorry. Buddhadev Bhattacharya, when he came in, I have worked in the IT sector. I worked with Bevel. I worked with Wipro for many years. It was Buddhadev Bhattacharya who was trying to make a bridge between the agrarian ideology and the skyscrapers that you see every day. He's the one who built the flyovers. He's the one who brought in the IT to Kolkata. So anybody saying that the left did not do enough to bring in industry is a big fallacy.
Ask him. Because
Too
he
late.
said- he-
No, no,
he
this
said
is
that's not
this
happening.
is this is where I agree to disagree with her. Too little, too late is what I say about Buddha Babu all the time. He was trying, as she has herself has said, but then to reverse a 3-decade mentality of trade unionism, of industries fleeing off from the state, and also, we have been trying to do business summits every year. We have got MOUs signed, but of course, I know that it will be counter-argued that MOUs don't mean anything. But you cannot deny the fact that we have been putting in all our effort.
You agree with that contention? One minute, yeah.
The land policy of Bengal. The state government does not give lands to anyone. Even for the metro, the Union of India has to fight several number of cases just to get the land in question to construct the Metro Rail Corporation. This is which has happened from Howrah to many senior advocates, including Bikas Ranjan Bhattacharya, one of the leading senior advocates. He appeared for the Union of India for this metro railway project. The land in Bengal is a big question. The entire area, the Singur, the agitation which took place in Singur, the state of West Bengal, particularly the ruling political dispensation, that is Trinamool Congress, they will not give land. How will the industries will come?
You are not giving land for industries to develop. Direct charge.
Maybe.
And that is true.
That's
That is a
what I
fact.
wanna say.
That is the reason.
Okay, in answer to that, 1 second. When the left came to power, what did they inherit? They inherited a state that was broken by the Great Famine of Bengal. If they inherit a state that was still reeling under the impact of the partition of Bengal, let us understand, I'm iterating, Bengal was partitioned. So when you talk that the left did nothing for industries, how easy, how challenging is it for you to start from scratch? You need to concentrate on the land reforms. Then you go to the industry, and I think left did a very good job.
Taking
with
a-
the
taking a-
land
Left did a good job.
reforms.
Taking a cue from his state, what he said,
Raj.
he mentioned a very important point, is that because of one reason, Mamata Banerjee is not giving land. Because recently, Amit Shah ji said that there is a huge portion of unfenced border. From there is illegal infiltration. That's why Ghuspetia, okay, illegal infiltration. Mamata Banerjee refused to give Government of India land. That is why there is nearly 600 kilometers unfenced border. Porous border is going on. That is lying there. Amit Shah ji said specifically, that is also mentioned in our manifesto, after coming to power on 4th May, within 45 days, we are going to ensure entire border is fenced.
Entire border is fenced. Why have you failed to fence the border?
That is
it
because of
you
their
want the
that is because of their political reason.
What's the political reason?
May I
Because
respond?
they want infiltrators to
You
come
want infiltrators. You want people
come
from
in
Bangladesh
to sneak in
Respond.
Bengal.
Respond.
to sneak in.
Madhav Ji,
Because of them,
Sir,
sir,
may I please?
because of infiltrators, you are sitting in power.
Okay. Let him respond.
Okay. Good. 2016, 2021, again 2026, 4th of May, we'll see. Anyway, Madhav Ji, on your show, on Times Now, earlier in a debate, you had raised this question of infiltration. I had been categorical about this, that this is complete ill information which is being spread around by the BJP to suit their own narrative. I'll tell you why. The Constitution of India, Dada will correct me if I'm wrong. The Constitution of India makes it abundantly clear that international affairs and border security is in the hands of the Home Ministry. So if he's saying that there is Ghuspetia, Rohingya and all that, please sir, please, I did not interrupt. if these Ghuspetias and Rohingyas are coming in by the lakhs, by the crores, then it is his incompetent home minister who has to resign. Number one. Number two is that when you're talking about these Ghuspetias and Rohingyas, this was the whole purpose of your SIR exercise. When the Chief Election Commission is being asked this question, that, sir, how many Ghuspetias and how many Rohingyas have you found? He says, go and ask the government.
Okay,
It's a political
respond.
thing. When the government is being asked this question, they're saying, go and ask the CEC.
So let him
What
answer.
are we talking
Let him answer. It is your responsibility when it comes to international borders.
Issue of infiltration was first raised by Mamata Banerjee in parliament, that she specifically said there is a huge infiltration, illegal infiltration from Bangladesh. That time CPM was in power. Okay, and Mamata Banerjee tore papers. Everybody knows. So that is number one. And number two, when you have to fence your border, you need the permission from the state government for your land. Mamata Banerjee did not give land. That's why Amit Shah ji could not ensure fencing.
Okay, why didn't you give the land?
Sir, again.
Land.
Misinformation being peddled. This is the problem with the BJP, you see. I started with the Jumla statement. This is the problem. I'll tell you why. Land Acquisition Act. Again, sir will correct me if I'm wrong. Land Acquisition Act clearly specifies if the state, let me assume that Mamata Banerjee to suit her own political narrative has not given land for fencing. The Land Acquisition Act makes it clear that you ask for land once, state says no. You ask for land twice, state says no. The third time you have sweeping powers to get hold of the land.
Why don't you exercise the sweeping powers?
When do you-
He said you can exercise sweeping powers. huh?
No.
Every time
You cannot.
powers is not
You cannot.
been done
cannot
by
do
the, you
this.
cannot. It's but it can be done. It's not that
yes, sir.
for
Thank
national
you.
security they
Thank
can.
you.
But it's difficult. Suppose the Tista water. It is a national issue, Tista water. Now Bangladesh is praying for Tista water. It is not that government of India cannot give it to Bangladesh, but they take the consent of the state government.
Yes.
Suppose fencing is concerned, fencing so far as is concerned, it's not that the government of India cannot take it, it can. But the consent of the state government is also being taken.
Right.
It is not whimsical. The
they are
state
not
has
doing the consent. How can they-
not consent. The question which he wants to raise is that the question of land. I am raising the question of land also in the industrialization part. Suppose a company, Tata, which would have come to Bengal for jobs, for the persons of job seekers. Now they didn't get the land out here. Now it went to Gujarat. Infosys, they also went to Odisha. So Wipro, they went to Odisha. Up to Sector 5, it was done within the left regime.
Right.
Sector 5, Salt Lake. You cannot see in Bengal, Sector 6, Sector 7, Sector 8, Sector 9. You cannot see even Rajarhat, which was constructed at the time of left regime. Even Congress regime, there was some development like Kullani and all. You cannot see anything within the 15 years.
Of TMC.
If you particularly go to the government hospitals, you would find patients lying down. You see the RG incident. What has happened?
So no development of land.
That's why Mr. Tata said bad M and good M.
Okay. But respond to that. No land for industry, no land for national security. Both charges against your government.
National security, I believe I have dealt with. Second, and thank you, sir, for pointing out that it can be done. The provisions are there. So it reflects a clear lack of political will on the part of the center to not do this. All these also.
National security, you can take it on the third time round.
I just say one more
No,
thing.
let him
I
answer
just say
that.
one more thing and he can
Yes,
respond.
it's a question for him to answer.
India, let me clarify what I said. India is a federation of states.
Yes.
So state government's consent is required. It's
Yes.
not that
Right.
so easy that the central, like 356.
So you stand corrected. It's not
Yes.
like-
No,
State
it's not.
government, there has to be special circumstances when the center is doing such.
Okay, so you agree with the content.
Also, at the same time,
He says the center. One, let's move on.
Bengal has become a den of jihadis. If you go by recent incidents after walk-up board, what we noticed here, what we experienced here, that in Muslim-dominated areas, they went on rampage. They set fire one by one to this railway station. Went on fire. That's why there is NIA investigation, and NIA arrested nearly 22 minority faces, and they are all jihadis. They are now inside the
Okay.
How about
Since
jihadis?
I just want to-
BJP, let me respond. BJP has only one communal issue, sir. You don't have anything to talk about aside polarizing communities, aside polarizing states. you have your henchman making divisive films like Kerala Files and all of that. And Dhurandhar, I'm sorry to say, your communal agenda will not work in Bengal. It will not work in Kerala. It will not work in Tamil Nadu. It will not work in the south. You please do your Mandir Masjid communal politics where you think it is likely to get you votes. Don't try your stunts here. It will not
Politics of polarization won't work here. That's what Sarah Shahid is saying.
I need time to answer specifically. Number one is that BJP does not believe in religion-based politics. BJP does not
What
believe
was
in
the Rath
caste.
Yatra about?
I didn't-
What was the Ram Mandir about?
You can come back.
What was this Ghuspetti about?
Okay.
What was
BJP does
this?
not believe in caste-based politics. Our religions means democracy. In BJP's constitution, religions means democracy and politics means development, okay? Religion-based politics is being done and indulged by Mamata Banerjee. Recently, Mamata Banerjee, in a statement at Dharmatala, she said that since we are here, that's why you are safe. If we just give them permission, one community can finish another community in a second. So if you actually talk about politics of appeasement, religion-based politics, that's what Mamata Banerjee is indulging.
Okay. Mamata Banerjee is the one who's practicing politics of polarization and appeasement. Respond to him.
They are entitled, like I said, again, peddling of misinformation is the part of their narrative. Completely agree with Saira ji. I disagree with her with many things. But this is one thing I resolutely stand by her when she says that Bengal rejects such communal nonsense. Madhav ji, we are in a tram, we are traveling almost very close to North Calcutta.
Why did you allow
Sir.
Humayun Kabir
I did.
to go for
Humayun Kabir sting operation has made it clear.
to go for foundation stone lay?
You are in cahoots
Why
with
did
him.
you allow
You are-
Humayun Kabir
Arey,
to lay foundation
sting
stone
is
for
your
masjid?
team.
He's
It's
your
your
Palestinian,
team.
sir.
He's your B team. He's your B team. Let's not get it.
Humayun is your creation.
Yeah.
Your beat.
Yeah. Everything bad is ours. Everything good and hunky dory is yours. That's all right. Having said that, sir, I'll tell you, we are traveling in a tram. A tram in Calcutta is always associated with literature and poetry,
Nostalgia.
right? And it's associated with nostalgia.
And you finished Tram.
No.
You finished Tram. That's what. You finished Tram industry in Bengal.
Please, sir, let me finish. One thing I'll tell you. They try to peddle the narrative of hate and communal lines. That is their entire narrative. We are in the city, which is the land of Bidrohi Kabi Kaji Nazrul Islam. Sir, he wrote, Hindu nara Muslim oi jigyashe konjon. Kandari bolo dubiche manush santan mor mar. This is the poet who writes, Aki brinte duiti kushum, Hindu Musulman, ekti tahar noyanomoni, ekti tahar pran. This is the legacy which Bengal believes in, sir. They talk about 1905. They rake up the controversy of an istihar. They conveniently forget that it was this land, it was Tagore, who was tying rakhis
That's why-
around the hand of the Muslim brothers and sisters
That's-
to promote communal
That's why-
unity and
That's
fighting
why
communal harmony.
That is why Mamata Banerjee opened the shops of Muslim vote bank in Bengal.
Oh,
Okay.
that is very convenient of you to say
You
when you
are
are leader of the
forgetting-
opposition keep
you are
saying that we
forgetting
don't care about the
that
Muslim vote. I'm sorry.
30% of the population in West Bengal is Muslims. So today, if you accuse the left or any of the government trying to open shops, that's a big lie that your party is trying to peddle to create.
You did
to
nothing
create
for
a
development of Muslims. You did nothing for welfare of Muslims. You
Yeah,
just made them voters.
Yeah,
That's
that's why
it.
we keep getting their votes and you get zero.
You just
zero,
made them
big zero.
voters.
Rasgulla.
Okay.
You made them
Kolkata
criminals.
Okay, you want to come?
You made them criminals.
Okay, wake up.
Bengal had a renaissance period at the time of Rabindranath, Sharat Chandra, Bankim Chandra, and now in after 2011, Bengal is going in the era of corruption, unemployment, everything. There are riots in Bengal also. It was triggered by TMC. It was triggered by TMC.
How?
That's the-
How did they trigger it? I want you to answer.
Because the way Mamata Banerjee behaved after 2011. And this trigger of TMC gave the other political party oxygen. It's a fact. It has happened.
I agree with it. I agree with
political
it.
leader will go for any prayer of any will go for a prayer of any religion.
Madam,
Why it is
I'm
required?
very clear.
Politics, why it is required? It
Madam,
has given trigger. It has been started by TMC. The oxygen has been got by BJP.
Okay, you have given them oxygen.
It is a fact.
They have had Mamata given that oxygen to
I'm
BJP.
very clear. TMC engages in competitive communalism. If BJP is trying to build temples or build some other places of worship, Mamata Banerjee engages in reverse communalism by trying to appease the larger Hindutva vote bank or sometimes the Muslim vote bank. The point is, the left never engaged in religious politics. They talked only on people's issues, core people issues, Aam Aadmi. You would never see them hobnobbing, joining.
No, but when you say competitive communalism, you're saying appeasing the Hindu community. They're saying Mamata is appeasing the Muslim community. Which one is it? Both can be true.
Both.
Mamata does competitive communalism of both. Let's understand this.
She's competing with the BJP because she realized now BJP has become very powerful and BJP is able to polarize people because of the religious factor.
Right.
So what she started doing is she started mobilizing the Hindu vote bank. Initially it started with mobilizing the Muslim vote bank.
Right.
You could see the symbolism with the hands out, her head covered with a hijab and all that. Initially when she was trying to come into power.
Yeah.
But she was like, I've already, won over the Muslims without actually doing anything for the Muslims. Now I need to win over, polarize, and win over the Hindu vote bank.
Yeah.
So she does engage in competitive communalism, unlike the left, which never appeased any community. They spoke about humanity, they spoke about progress, they spoke about land reforms, they spoke about policies. I'm not saying that everything was perfect.
Yeah.
Of course things were.
Okay. Respond to that. Left did not do any competitive communalism.
One thing I like to agree with you, that regarding Muslim vote bank, she said actually Mamata Banerjee did nothing for Muslims. If you go by a write-up by Nobel laureate Professor Amartya Sen in a write-up, The Living Reality of Muslims in West Bengal, recently, he specifically said that extreme poverty, Muslims' average income in Bengal is 2,000 to 3,000 rupees. They have no homes on their own. They are lagging behind education, no treatment. So that is the condition of Muslims. And another thing is that I told you that BJP wants overall development of all communities.
Oh, no.
Overall development of all communities.
You
Okay.
are trying to
Okay, I want him to-
disenfranchise. You are trying to disenfranchise the weakest of the weak.
if you go by Corona.
Just a minute. No, answer the chat. Answer the chat. Through SIR. You are saying through SIR, it is the Muslim community that is being sought to be. Okay. One second. Mass Muslim transplantation. Answer the question.
The Hindu communities, the
Just a minute.
Muslims.
During Corona, when Modi ji went for free vaccine, so all 200 crore,
Yeah, with this picture on the
all 200 crore people, including Muslims, they got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So another point regarding SIR, you have to understand one thing. SIR is not done by BJP. SIR is done by Election Commission of India.
Agreed.
Our stand is very specific.
Yes.
We want total sterilization of the voter list.
I agree.
We don't want any ghost voters. We don't want any fake voters. We don't want any Ghuspetia inside the voters. Only Indian citizens.
Okay. But I want to come back. Let's come back
At
to
the same time,
Sir.
we don't want the genuine voters to be deleted.
Okay.
Sir,
agree.
let's get over the jublas.
Voters have been deleted. It is fair. It's a
Genuine voters have been deleted.
Voters have not deleted. Let us be clear.
Supreme Court. Also, they will be reverted back.
By 29 can it happen? There's too short a time window.
No, Madhava, this year there were some army
by
veterans.
29.
There were some army veterans who have served the country. They don't find themselves in the voters list.
Right.
Then lot of eminent culturalists of the city, environmentalist couple, you must have read about the environmentalist couple.
Yeah.
They didn't find the names in the SIR. So a lot
That
of
is the Mamata Banerjee.
a lot of
Yeah. Why?
She mentioned
a lot of genuine
but
she
voters
mentioned
have been
unnecessary
disenfranchised.
points
Let us be
while
very clear.
arguing at the Supreme Court. That's why Supreme
Oh,
Court went for
okay.
tribunal. Moment it was in the hands
will
of
decide
tribunal.
what she said.
Tribunal got very strict.
No, but you can't have one guy saying, whether asking BJP, you're saying it's election commission, but now you're saying it's because of Mamata Banerjee. Either it's election commission or it's political.
Because of Mamata Banerjee.
The Supreme Court was totally a show off. The matter is been done by us. Many of our fellow mates have done the matter before the Supreme Court. Tribunal have been constituted, but it is overburdened.
Okay.
Because there are around 40 to 50 lakh people which the tribunal needs to dispose it of. It's not so easy.
Okay.
So within 29th, it won't happen.
Okay.
And I hope so, and I know so, the genuine voters will again be restored after the election.
But there's also no.
Okay. So we have many questions now for Saurabh to answer. There's a huge backlog of questions.
Yeah.
Start with SIR and then we'll come back to competitive communalism as well.
May I choose the order of questions, please?
No, you don't. You don't get to choose. I ask the questions.
Okay.
Answer the question.
No, the order
First
of
SIR and then.
questions.
Yeah.
May I please answer?
First answer SIR.
Okay. So, my worthy friend from the BJP has said something very interesting, and I agree with him completely, that BJP has not done the SIR. I agree. But it has been done by the Election Commission. But I strongly feel that it is the EC at the behest of the BJP to suit the BJP has done the SIR. That is something which I am very, very clear on. Second,
One by one. Yeah.
Second, he talks about Amartya Sen, the Nobel laureate. It is laughable on the face of it. I'll tell you why. They were the ones who tried to take away his home. It was Madam Chief Minister who went to Bolpur to take out the dolil, give it, and so that Dr. Sen is not needless. Third, ছোট্ট করে বলছি স্যার, বেশি সময় নেবো না। Third, Dr. Amartya Sen, he was called for the SIR hearing. All right, so what are they trying to say? They called Richa Ghosh, they called Amartya Sen. Now they have reopened cases against the poet Srijato.
Okay. So it's a direct question for him. Let him respond. Direct question for
thing is that Amartya Sen's case was dealt by Election Commission of India, not by BJP, okay?
At the behest
no
of
point answering this question.
Right. Okay. You want to comment on this?
Question, yes. When SIR was brought by the Election Commission, the Chief Minister of West Bengal said, categoric statement my friend cannot deny, that the Chief Minister will not allow SIR to be conducted in the state of West Bengal.
Yes, I'm not denying it. I'm not denying it.
Wait.
Yes.
And the first person in Bengal to fill up the enumeration form is the Chief Minister and her family.
True, absolutely.
Answer.
No, I completely agree.
No, that's hypocrisy. He's saying it's hypocrisy.
I
You say one thing and do the opposite. That is what he said.
I completely agree with the fact that my Chief Minister, my leader, Srimati Mamata Banerjee said that we will oppose SIR tooth and nail. There are questions, particularly when I am on
did she
panel.
fill up the
Sir,
information
I'll just finish. I do not interrupt you, sir. So
answer this question.
every time I am on any panel, it is often raised that SIR exercise has been done in UP, it has been done in Bihar, it has been done in Tamil Nadu. But so much of opposition comes from Bengal. Sir, we Bengalis are very different people. We will oppose this.
But there was no point.
Now, regarding his question about the enumeration, she is a law-abiding citizen. The government has forced enumeration to take place. We will, of course, line up. Every booth, sir, this is something to your knowledge I put to you. Every booth, sir, every ward, every place, every part, in every constituency, we had a Trinamool assistance booth, which was set up for the draconian measure called SIR.
That is nothing to do with the Chief Minister question that he has raised. But yes.
Regarding his point, as he rightly pointed out, is that Mamata Banerjee says something and does just opposite. Regarding CAA, Mamata Banerjee did nothing, kina.
Yes, you will.
I won't do.
No.
CAA. I won't allow CAA to be implemented, and just she took U-turn.
See, you see the
CAA
problem.
was implemented. Then Waqf. When Waqf bill was amended,
Again, Hindu
Mamata
Muslim.
Banerjee
Yeah.
sitting in Kolkata said, as long as I remain in this chair of Chief Minister, I won't allow Waqf to be implemented in Bengal. Just after 2 months, he said, okay, I accept Waqf. So that's what Commission is.
Okay,
So
respond.
it's absolutely ironical for the BJP to say all this, right? That Mamata Banerjee says something, does something else. Sir, I'll put a simple question to you. You will see everything negative about Mamata Banerjee. I don't blame you. That's your party's philosophy. But
You have accepted it.
No.
Said will oppose. And she has
No.
freedom to enumerate
You are
form
speaking for the
also.
BJP now also.
No,
You're
no,
speaking
I'm
for the
not.
left. You're speaking for
I'm
the BJP.
not. I'm
Yeah.
He's speaking against everyone.
Speaking
He's speaking facts against all.
Yeah. Let me respond to the BJP.
All lawyers don't have to belong to a political party.
No.
Lawyers can be biased also.
We are stating
No.
facts. We are stating facts.
Yeah. You will always see.
No
your-
personal comments. No personal comments. Answer the question.
No personal. I
Yeah,
never.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
not my habit. One thing, sir. They talk about changing stances, changing stands. I put a very simple question. They are saying that Lokhir Bhandar will shut down. We'll come up with Annapurna Bhandar, where we'll pay 3,000 rupees. Sir, I ask. Delhi, have you given? Bihar, have you given? You promised the same.
Utter rubbish.
And then,
Utter rubbish.
and then, let me finish.
Utter rubbish.
Let me finish, sir. I will also keep saying utter rubbish. But
No, answer. Counter it with facts. Counter it with facts.
Just a minute.
Counter him. What is
So
the facts?
once,
Why are you so excited?
I'll say this. I just finish my question quickly, short point. And in Bihar, you transferred 10,000 before the elections. After the elections, you're saying return the money. What nonsense are we talking about? And you talk about changing stances. BJP should
Who has
focus
asked
on
for returning the money?
the,
Who has asked for
the
returning the money?
center. They have found some discrepancies and said they return the money now.
Respond. Please respond.
No. What she is saying is a cock and bull story. Absolutely baseless. How can center ask for return in the money? Center
That you will know, sir. That you will know. I
That
will not
was
say.
state
I'm
government
not in
money.
the center. I'm not in the center. You are in the center.
No, but he's saying, but what basis you have of saying centers ask for returning?
No. Of course,
Absolute
it was
baseless
all
cooked
over
up
the
story
media,
he's
sir. It's not a cooked up story. Apna ka jo phone hai, you Google it. So that's a different story. But having said that, when I'm talking about flip-flops, the BJP should be the last people
Okay,
last.
but for answer her question, you're against fighting a battle against the BJP. But even she is saying that Mamata Banerjee is engaging in competitive communism.
No. This time battle is between Janta and Mamata. Battle is not between Mamata and BJP.
Yeah.
You're saying the
Janta
Janta
and Mamata. Battle is between Janta and Mamata, not BJP and Mamata.
not so Bharatiya Janata Party represents Janta in the state of West Bengal, according to you.
Janta and Mamata. Yes,
Huh?
not BJP and Mamata.
Okay, it's only Janta and Mamata, not BJP. Respond.
People are
Janta already rejected Mamata.
Yeah. We will see on the fourth, sir.
Question out competitive communalism, you have not answered.
Right. So, Saira ji has said something very interesting, and I will not oppose her. I'll tell you why. She's saying
You
that
are engaging in competitive communism.
No. I'll not use that coinage as well.
You're saying you're accepting it. If you're accepting it, that's a phrase.
Larger point, I'll not accept the coinage of the phrase.
What is the larger point?
I'll tell you. She has said that we have engaged, we have done, she has not denied the fact that we have reached out to the minorities. She has not denied the fact that we have reached out to the Jagannath temple. We have reached out to the Hindu community. And our slogan, it's a political slogan which the Honorable Chief Minister, my leader, Srimati Mamata Banerjee, keeps saying that Utsav Shobar, Dharmo Jachar, Utsav Shobar, which means religion is personal, but festivities are for everyone.
That's
So
why
that
Mamata
is
Banerjee
the kind
says-
of secular fabric that is the kind of secular fabric
What
that is
secularism?
preached, practiced
People
in
of
Bengal
Bengal laugh at
day
it.
in, day
What
out, and that is
secularism talks
precisely why.
Okay,
That
okay.
is precisely why, Madhavdas
Okay,
G,
last-
on the 4th of May, you will
Yeah.
see a overwhelming response.
Okay, we're out of
the
time.
people.
We're almost out of time. And Sarah, in closing comments.
To do that, it's not important to become mini BJP, right? I mean, and I'm sorry to say, Congress also does that a lot of time, peddling soft communalism. If you need to be different, stand apart. Do not dabble in religious politics at all.
Okay.
At all. Talk about people's issues. Talk about Aam Aadmi. Talk about the Awam. Talk about the Janta, and resolve the issues of West Bengal, common man, working class people.
Okay, closing comment. Quick closing comment.
नफरत की बाजारों में
मोहब्बत की दुकान।
दुकान खोलने आए हो.
Yes.
So that is Rahul
And
Gandhi.
Rahul Gandhi, sir, thank you.
So Rahul Gandhi recently said no.
Yes,
That's because
yes.
of appeasement politics and because of
But
negative
you kind of
corruption.
Bharat Jodo
That is-
Yatra.
No.
Covering
Because
20 of your states.
because of appeasement politics and negative corruption. Mamata Banerjee, BJP managed
Oh, Rahul is your spokesperson now. Good.
But he's reflecting. He's showing the mirror to you.
No, good.
So as far as your alliance is concerned. But we'll have to leave it there. Completely out of time. Vikram Banerjee, Saurav Chandar, Sarah Shah Halim, as well as Charles Nandi. I'd like to thank all of you for joining us on this particular edition of the discussion that we've had in the tram on the streets of Kolkata. And if the debate has been this heated, one can just imagine what it's like on the streets of West Bengal. Thanks so much for joining us.